Not all villains can be defeated. Some of them are meant for more. Some of them are meant to thrive. In the TV series Ozark, Wendy Byrde starts out as a regular mother living in the suburbs, but by the final season, she's become one of the most powerful and dangerous people in the story. She begins working with her husband, Marty, to launder money for a dangerous drug cartel. Over time, Wendy starts making her own decisions, often cruel and selfish, and proves that she is even more ruthless than many of the criminals around her. She uses manipulation to get what she wants. She lies, controls others, and even lets her own brother die to protect her secrets and her power. Wendy says she does everything for her family, but she ends up hurting many people along the way. By the end of the series, she wins. She gains political influence, keeps her family together, and escapes the justice that others in the show are not able to avoid. Her victory is disturbing because she does terrible things and still ends up with more power than ever. Black Adam is a powerful villain from the DC world. He has super strong powers, like flying, super speed, and lightning magic. Black Adam was once a hero, but he became angry and started to use his powers for his own goals, even if it meant hurting others. Black Adam is very strong and wild. He fights hard and doesn't care about rules or what others think is right. He wants to be in charge and will stop anyone who tries to get in his way. Sometimes he fights against heroes like Shazam and the Justice League. In stories and movies, Black Adam shows his strength by causing big battles and using his lightning powers to scare people. He wins because he never gives up, and he uses his powers to control and make others afraid. Wilson Fisk, also known as Kingpin, is the main villain in the Daredevil series. He is a very powerful and dangerous crime boss who wants to control all of New York City's criminal world. Fisk is not afraid to use violence or threaten people to get what he wants. Throughout the show, he builds his empire by tricking, hurting, and killing anyone who opposes him. He is very smart and always plans ahead, which helps him stay ahead of the police and heroes trying to stop him. Even though the police finally catch Fisk, he is never truly defeated. Instead, he continues to control his crime empire from behind bars. Fisk makes secret deals that protect his power and influence, showing that his control goes beyond physical freedom. His presence still causes fear and chaos in the city. Fisk's victory is that he never really loses. He shows how evil can survive by hiding in the shadows and changing its form. Even locked up, Fisk's dark power remains strong, proving that sometimes villains win not by fighting openly, but by outsmarting everyone and staying in control, no matter what happens to them. In the Loki series, Kang appears as He Who Remains, a calm but chilling version of the villain. He created the TVA and sacred timeline to prevent chaos and multiversal war, caused by his own dangerous variants. By controlling time, he keeps reality in check, but at a great cost. Free will is erased, and lives are pruned without mercy. When Loki and Sylvie confront him, he offers them a choice: kill him and risk unleashing countless evil variants, or take his place and keep order. Sylvie kills him, believing it will bring freedom. But that act is exactly what Kang wanted. With his death, the multiverse explodes, and his dangerous variants enter all timelines. Kang wins by dying. He sets the stage for his return, stronger, darker, and harder to stop. It's a genius villain move. Lose the battle, unleash war, and ensure your legacy lives beyond time. Helge Doppler is a key figure in the Netflix series Dark, whose life is caught in a dark web of evil that never ends. From a young age, he is manipulated by a secret cult conducting sinister time travel experiments. Helge actively helps the cult kidnap and kill children, playing a critical role in their twisted plan. While at first he seems like a victim, it becomes clear that his actions are vital in allowing the cult's evil to grow and control time itself. Even though Helge sometimes feels regret and tries to stop what's happening, it's too late to undo the damage. Because the story revolves around a never-ending time loop, the terrible kidnappings and murders repeat endlessly. This means the cult's dark influence stays alive and strong through many timelines. Helge's failure to stop the cult makes him a tragic villain, but also one whose actions ensure the villains keep winning. Despite his suffering, the evil plan moves forward and gains power. The repeating cycle of violence and manipulation shows how evil can survive and succeed even when faced with resistance. In the horror film Get Out, Rose Armitage appears at first as a loving and caring girlfriend, someone who seems genuinely supportive and kind. But this facade hides a much darker truth. Rose is a key player in a horrifying and well-organized scheme run by her family, where they kidnap black men and sell their bodies to wealthy white clients. Through a twisted form of brain surgery, the minds of these white buyers are transplanted into the bodies of younger, stronger black victims, allowing the buyers to escape aging and death. Although Rose dies by the end of the film, the evil she represents far outlives her. Her family's crimes are not random or isolated incidents. They are part of a deeply rooted and systematic operation that has been going on for generations. Rose's cheerful, polite demeanor masks a cold and calculating cruelty, showing how evil can hide behind a mask of friendliness. The film's ending, with the main character escaping, reveals only a partial victory. The deeper horror is that the ideology and system Rose embodies continue to exist. Homelander is the face of justice in the public eye, but behind closed doors, he's one of the most terrifying villains in modern fiction. As the leader of the Seven, he's supposed to be Earth's greatest hero, but instead, he's a violent, narcissistic sociopath with godlike powers and zero empathy. He murders people with ease, manipulates the media, controls his teammates through fear, and treats human lives like disposable tools. What makes Homelander's villainy especially disturbing is that he isn't hiding in the shadows. He commits horrific acts while wearing a smile, backed by a corporation that markets his image to the world. His need for control and adoration grows stronger with every season. By the end of Season 3 of The Boys, Homelander stands in front of a crowd and murders someone in cold blood, and the crowd cheers. That moment seals his victory, not because he beat a hero, but because the public accepted his evil. They worship him despite, or even because of, his violence. Patrick Bateman, the main character in American Psycho, is a wealthy and successful businessman living in 80s New York. On the surface, he fits perfectly into the world of privilege and excess, working on Wall Street and surrounded by luxury. But beneath his polished exterior lies a dark and terrifying secret. Bateman is a brutal serial killer who commits horrific murders with chilling detachment. Throughout the film, Bateman engages in gruesome crimes, including stabbing, strangling, and mutilating his victims in graphic scenes. These crimes reveal that he's a psychopath. However, despite his violent actions, those around him never truly see or acknowledge the evil he hides. His coworkers and acquaintances dismiss his confessions as jokes or misunderstandings. This creates a haunting atmosphere where Bateman's violence is ignored, allowing him to continue unchecked. The film's ending blurs reality and fantasy, leaving viewers unsure if the murders actually occurred. But the true horror is the society Bateman lives in, a superficial world obsessed with status and appearances, where morality is ignored. Patrick Bateman wins not through strength or intelligence, but because the system protects people like him, allowing evil to thrive under a mask of success.